Do you struggle to stay consistent on actually following through on the things you know you should be doing every day? This was me for years, waiting to feel ready, waiting for motivation to just show up. But what I learned is you don't need motivation to follow through on the things you keep putting off. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 powerful mind shifts that all connect to one simple concept: how to take action on the things you know you need to do even when you don't feel like it, and actually stay consistent with your growth long term. So let's start with the first shift, because this is where most people get stuck. Most people think that committing and following through, whether it's eating healthier, exercising, staying calm, or handling stress better, comes down to finding the motivation or the willpower to do so. But that's exactly why they burn out, and why I did too. What changed everything for me and for my clients was realizing that discipline does not come from willpower, okay? It comes from why power. And I love to use this story to clarify on what it means to have why power. There's a woman stranded on one island. Her kids are on another island miles away, and the only way for her to reach her kids is to swim. Now this swim is long, it's painful, it's exhausting, and whenever she gets tired and weak and feels like giving up during the swim, all she has to do is come back to her why. Her why is so strong and means so much to her that she gets emotional when she thinks about it, right? Her love for her kids overpowers these current feelings she's experiencing, which is exhausted and weak. But coming back to her why becomes her drive to keep going, so she can snap back into that mode to keep swimming and use that as her energy. And that is the energy you need to build. Get crystal clear on your why. Why do you really want this goal? What's the emotion behind it? Why did you, or why do you want to commit to this in the first place? Is it freedom? Is it confidence? Is it being pain-free? Feeling alive again? You should get really specific. This why should mean so much to you that you literally get emotional when you think about it. And typically humans do move further away from pain than we do pleasure. So ideally figure out what it is you really don't want, something that makes you super emotional. Then once you get super clear on that why, write that reason down. Put it everywhere. Put it on your lock screen, your mirror where you're brushing your teeth, put it on your fridge, somewhere in your car. Place it where you'll see every single day. See this why daily. Say it daily, out loud, right? This is how you anchor your purpose into your routine every day, because it's easy to just wake up, right? We wake up and forget why we're even doing the thing we want to do, and to just have no intention for the day, right? We just wake up and we're easily influenced and pulled in any direction of the wind by friends and family and triggering content on social media, like food, for instance, or smells out in society of foods and restaurants, right? But when you see your why, as soon as you wake up or you have it in your car, you remember your intention for the day. You can even put your why on your ceiling right above where you sleep, so you see it as soon as you open your eyes. Just remember, no human does anything without a strong enough why, right? We don't even go to the grocery store without a strong enough why. So having this why anchors your whole purpose and intention for the day, and it means so much to you that you can remind yourself of it whenever you do want to give into something that doesn't align with your goals, and use it as your drive to drive past that distraction or hindrance, whatever that may be. Smelling some fast food, watching someone in your presence eating some shitty foods, or wanting to react instead of respond, or shutting down, or wanting to skip movement or exercise. Why power over willpower. And after I understood that first shift, something else became really clear to me. I wasn't lazy, I was just stuck in a pattern, doing what felt good in the moment, then wondering why I kept feeling drained, heavy, and not purposeful and unmotivated later. And that is when I realized most people are living in what I call the comfort discomfort loop. We do the easy thing now, right? The comfortable thing now, eating junk food, scrolling on social media with no purpose, drinking alcohol, skipping what we know we should do, movement, things like this, and end up paying for it later, that discomfort, comfort, discomfort. And we pay for it later with fatigue and regret and bloat in our gut, or acne on our skin, or gray hairs, or more pounds on the scale, or flare-ups, or stress, right? But successful people live the opposite way, what I call the discomfort comfort loop. So they choose the uncomfortable thing now, the workout, stretching, the walk, the clean meal, and earn comfort later through peace and energy and freedom and contentment and clarity and quality of sleep and comfort. So the question becomes, which comfort do you want? The quick one or the lasting one? Start asking yourself before every decision, how will my future self feel after this? And you don't need to overthink this, just pause for a second. Would your future self, whether that's 20 minutes from now, 5 hours, tomorrow, next week, next month, would your future self thank you or regret this? I used to wake up, grab my phone immediately, start scrolling on social media, comparing myself, and instantly starting the day in this low vibration. But now I stretch for 20 minutes, I put on an audiobook while stretching, and then I go for a nice long walk or a jog after that, right? This is still very uncomfortable at first. I never feel like stretching or running before I start, right? I've been laying down for 8 hours. I don't want to do anything. But afterwards, I feel clear and focused and purposeful and proud of myself, right? Same with working out, same with eating these clean, fresh fruits. That is the loop you want to live in. When you stack enough of those small discomforts, your comfort zone expands, right? And I'm all about being in the present moment. But when it comes to succeeding in my health, even my wealth, my finances, my relationships, whatever it is in terms of my goals, I'm all about perceiving through my future self, looking after my future self. This is the key right here, because we all want the cookies, right? The stimulating foods, the normal stress responses in the moment. But how is that going to make me feel afterwards? And when you start your days with something different, right? The discomfort, or you can really just look at this as productivity, the things you see as uncomfortable now start feeling normal and comfortable, right? And the old habits that you saw as comfortable start feeling foreign, right? And there's no urge for them anymore because you're not giving your energy to them anymore. So they die out, right? And you create a new normal. All this uncomfortable, what you saw as discomfort is now comfortable, right? This practice, this constant engaging in it creates this new normal. And this is when I finally understood something simple but life-changing. Everything you do is an input, right? What you watch, what you allow yourself to listen to, what you feed yourself, who you talk to, what you talk about, what you think, what you act upon. These are all inputs, right? And every input creates an output. So if you eat junk food or you think negative thoughts and you're scrolling social media for hours with no purpose, the output of that is low energy and anxiety and frustration. But if you eat living foods and you're moving your body and you're listening to empowering things, the output of that is calm, and you have this clarity and confidence, and you're feeling purposeful. You're never just doing something, okay? You're programming your next feeling. And once you understand this, that everything you do has an output or a consequence, positive or negative, it becomes easy to stay consistent. Because now you're not fighting for this motivation or willpower. You're just choosing end results, okay? You're aware that every action has a reaction. If you take a shortcut now, you're gonna feel the consequence later. But if you invest that effort now, you'll feel the reward later. So when you catch yourself wanting to quit or give in, just zoom out and ask, what is the real output of this choice? 10 minutes from now, a day from now, tomorrow morning, in a week from now, right? And this is awareness. And the more you practice this awareness, the easier it gets, right? It becomes your new normal. So everything we talked about, why power, adapting to the discomfort comfort loop instead of the comfort discomfort loop lifestyle, and understanding the concept of cause and effect, right? That everything you do creates an output in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, in your reality, in your life. All of these concepts or these mind shifts I've just broken down come down to one thing, and that is living for your future self. You can either pay in small discomfort now or pay in bigger discomfort later. But either way, you pay. So choose the discomfort that builds you and not the one that's breaking you down. Once you start aligning with your future self, right, the healed version of you, or the new identity you're creating, the new mindset you want to have, the foods you want to be craving, once you start aligning your inputs with what your future self would appreciate, consistency will not feel like a fight anymore. It'll just feel like who you are now, because you create your future self and results now, okay? So that's it. If this hit home for you, drop a comment with your why, what you're going to use as your why power, because once you write it down and make it real and put it in your reality, that is the first steps towards consistency that actually lasts. Oh, and if you guys want a visual diagram to better see and visualize and understand how to actually create this discomfort comfort loop so you can start implementing it in your life today, I'll leave a link below for you to download it. Peace.